Most people blame breakfast for high morning sugar. Often, the story began hours earlier while they were asleep. Tonight, let's decode 5 bedtime drinks with real physiological logic. George was 67, organized, sensible, and rather frustrated. His daytime diet looked excellent, yet his morning readings kept rising. George logged grilled fish for dinner. George measured vegetables carefully. George avoided evening biscuits. George walked after supper. George checked his glucose before bed. His bedtime glucose often looked reassuring. His morning glucose frequently looked higher. This pattern made George question his meter. His doctor mentioned the dawn phenomenon. George realized sleep could influence glucose control. This is more common than many people imagine. The body does important metabolic work overnight. The liver stores glucose as glycogen. The liver releases glucose during fasting. Sleep creates a long fasting window. The brain still needs fuel overnight. The body uses hormones to protect blood glucose. Cortisol rises naturally before waking. Glucagon signals the liver to release glucose. Growth hormone changes insulin sensitivity during sleep. Adrenaline can rise during stress or poor sleep. These hormones can push glucose upward before breakfast. This early rise is called the dawn phenomenon. The dawn phenomenon appears in many people with diabetes. The dawn phenomenon can appear during prediabetes. Some older adults notice stronger morning glucose patterns. Poor sleep can worsen insulin resistance. Late heavy meals can prolong digestion overnight. Dehydration can concentrate blood glucose readings. Alcohol can disturb sleep architecture. Sugary bedtime drinks can raise glucose directly. Certain unsweetened drinks may support better regulation. These drinks work through different pathways. No drink replaces prescribed medication. No drink reverses diabetes overnight. Small bedtime routines can reveal useful patterns. Home glucose logs can show individual responses. Drink number 1 is simple, warming, and surprisingly well studied. Let's begin with cinnamon tea. Cinnamon tea contains water-soluble cinnamon compounds. Cinnamaldehyde gives cinnamon its distinctive aroma. Cinnamaldehyde may influence insulin signaling pathways. MHCP stands for methyl hydroxychalcone polymer. MHCP has been studied for insulin-like activity. Insulin helps glucose enter muscle cells. Better insulin signaling may reduce circulating glucose. Cinnamon may slow gastric emptying slightly. Slower gastric emptying can blunt post-meal glucose rises. A UC Davis review in 2020 examined cinnamon research. The review found modest glucose benefits in some studies. The evidence was stronger for fasting glucose than long-term complications. Study results varied between cinnamon type and dose. Ceylon cinnamon contains lower coumarin levels. Cassia cinnamon usually contains more coumarin. Excess coumarin can stress the liver in sensitive people. Cinnamon tea uses smaller amounts than capsules. A cinnamon stick can flavor hot water gently. Unsweetened cinnamon tea avoids added sugar. Sweetened cinnamon drinks can defeat the purpose. George used cinnamon tea after early dinners. He checked whether morning glucose changed. Cinnamon tea suited evenings without reflux. People with liver disease should be cautious with concentrated cinnamon. The second drink does not act like a glucose drug. It works through calm, sleep, and stress biology. Chamomile tea is naturally caffeine-free. Chamomile contains a flavonoid called apigenin. Apigenin binds to calming receptors in the brain. Better relaxation may improve sleep onset. Sleep quality affects insulin sensitivity the next day. Short sleep can raise evening cortisol. Poor sleep can increase morning glucose. Cortisol helps mobilize glucose for waking. Excess cortisol can amplify the dawn phenomenon. Chamomile may support lower perceived stress. Lower stress may reduce sympathetic nervous activity. A Tarbiat Modares study in 2021 examined chamomile effects. Researchers reported improvements in glycemic markers among participants. The study suggested anti-inflammatory effects from chamomile compounds. Inflammation can interfere with insulin signaling. Apigenin may reduce oxidative stress in tissues. Oxidative stress can damage metabolic regulation. Chamomile tea contains no calories when unsweetened. Calorie-free bedtime drinks do not add glucose load. Chamomile tea may replace evening snacking. Replacing snacks can reduce overnight glucose exposure. Chamomile is generally gentle for many adults. People allergic to ragweed may react to chamomile. The blood-thinning medication requires extra caution with herbal products. Drink number 3 is more acidic, so we must discuss safety properly. This is diluted apple cider vinegar, never taken neat. Apple cider vinegar contains acetic acid. Acetic acid gives vinegar its sharp taste. Acetic acid can slow stomach emptying. Slower emptying can reduce glucose spikes after food. Acetic acid may influence carbohydrate digestion enzymes. Reduced carbohydrate breakdown can slow glucose absorption. Vinegar may improve insulin sensitivity after meals. Arizona State University research in 2023 reviewed vinegar interventions. The research found improvements in glucose responses for some participants. Effects appeared strongest when vinegar accompanied carbohydrate meals. Bedtime vinegar has been studied in small glucose trials. Some studies showed lower fasting glucose the next morning. The mechanism may involve overnight liver glucose output. The mechanism may involve slower digestion from supper. Vinegar must be diluted in water. A common approach uses 1 teaspoon in a large glass. Some people use up to 1 tablespoon with medical guidance. Undiluted vinegar can irritate the throat lining. Its acidity can damage tooth enamel over time. A straw may reduce tooth exposure. Rinsing the mouth with plain water may protect enamel. Vinegar can worsen reflux in some people. Vinegar may interact with diuretics or insulin. People with gastroparesis should avoid vinegar unless medically advised. Drink number 4 sounds sweet, so the details matter. I mean a small amount of unsweetened tart cherry juice. This one bridges sleep support and plant chemistry. Tart cherries contain anthocyanins. Anthocyanins give tart cherries their deep red color. Anthocyanins may reduce oxidative stress. Oxidative stress can impair insulin action. Tart cherries also contain natural melatonin. Melatonin helps regulate sleep timing. Better sleep timing can support glucose rhythms. Circadian disruption worsens glucose regulation. Late-night light exposure can reduce melatonin signaling. Poor melatonin timing can affect insulin secretion. University of Texas research in 2022 examined tart cherry compounds. The research highlighted anthocyanins and sleep-related effects. Tart cherry products have improved sleep duration in some trials. Longer sleep may reduce stress hormone activation. Tart cherry juice still contains natural fruit sugars. Portion size matters greatly before bed. Unsweetened juice differs from cherry juice cocktail. Cherry juice cocktail often contains added sugar. A small serving may be diluted with water. Dilution reduces sugar concentration per sip. Glucose meters can reveal personal responses. Some people experience higher readings after fruit juice. Tart cherry capsules are not the same as juice. People with kidney restrictions should check potassium intake. The 5th drink is the simplest in the kitchen. Warm lemon water with ginger supports hydration plus plant chemistry. Warm water improves evening hydration. Hydration supports normal blood volume. Dehydration can concentrate glucose in the bloodstream. Adequate fluid intake supports kidney glucose handling. Lemon adds flavor without meaningful sugar. Lemon juice contains small amounts of vitamin C. Vitamin C participates in antioxidant defense. Ginger contains active compounds called gingerols. Gingerols give fresh ginger its warming bite. Ginger may influence glucose uptake in muscle cells. Muscle tissue is a major glucose storage site. Sydney research in 2021 reviewed ginger and glycemic control. The review reported modest improvements in fasting glucose measures. Ginger may affect enzymes involved in carbohydrate metabolism. Ginger may reduce inflammatory signaling. Lower inflammation can support insulin responsiveness. Warm drinks can reduce evening appetite for sweets. A calming ritual can reduce stress snacking. Lemon water should remain unsweetened. Honey adds sugar despite its natural image. Ginger can cause heartburn in sensitive people. Ginger may interact with blood-thinning medication. Fresh ginger can be steeped for several minutes. Powdered ginger is more concentrated than fresh slices. So, which drink is best? The honest answer depends on the pattern you are trying to change. Cinnamon tea mainly targets insulin signaling. Chamomile tea mainly targets stress and sleep. Diluted vinegar mainly targets digestion and absorption. Tart cherry juice mainly targets inflammation and sleep timing. Lemon ginger water mainly targets hydration and glucose uptake. A person with reflux may avoid vinegar. A person with insomnia may prefer chamomile. A person with dehydration may prefer warm lemon water. A person with strong dawn readings may test cinnamon tea. A person with poor sleep timing may test tart cherry carefully. Every drink should be unsweetened. Every drink should be tested one at a time. A 7-night trial can show early patterns. Bedtime glucose provides useful context. Morning glucose completes the overnight picture. Continuous glucose monitors can reveal timing. Finger prick meters can still reveal trends. Medication changes can confuse results. Illness can temporarily raise glucose. Stressful nights can distort readings. Late dinners can overwhelm any drink effect. Alcohol can create unpredictable overnight glucose. Protein-heavy meals can affect glucose hours later. Consistency makes experiments more meaningful. George did not try all 5 at once. And that is exactly why his experiment worked. That was the key to understanding his own body. George chose chamomile tea first. He kept dinner time consistent. He avoided late snacks. He measured glucose before bed. He measured glucose after waking. He wrote down sleep quality each morning. After 2 weeks, his pattern became clearer. His best mornings followed deeper sleep. His doctor reviewed the glucose log. George felt less anxious about single readings. He had not found magic. He had found a measurable routine. A bedtime drink can become a metabolic cue. A quiet routine can lower evening arousal. A regular bedtime can strengthen circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm helps coordinate insulin release. Morning glucose reflects the whole night. The dawn phenomenon is not a personal failure. Tracking patterns can reduce confusion. Small habits can support larger treatment plans. If you remember one thing, remember this: overnight glucose is active biology, not empty time. Choose one drink that matches your likely mechanism. Test it gently, consistently, and honestly. People taking diabetes medication should discuss bedtime glucose changes with their clinician. People using insulin should avoid unsupervised changes to routine or dose. People with reflux should be careful with acidic drinks. People with kidney disease should check potassium-containing juices. Talk to your doctor before changing bedtime habits if you manage diabetes. This video provides education rather than personal medical advice. If this helped, subscribe to Health Decode. Share it with someone puzzled by high morning readings. I'll see you in the next Decode.